All right, good morning. This morning, what we're going to do in Photoshop is we're going to learn how to create a cube. Okay, so let's get started here. First thing that you're going to need to do is you definitely need to have a value scale. So, uh, again, get File, New. With the cube, you want a little bit more space to design, so I would recommend doing 11 by 8.5. Keep your resolution low, like at a 72. That way, your computer is working a little faster, and then say OK. All right, to bring in your value scale, there's no point in remaking your scale. So what I like to do is, let me get rid of this scale. I like to go back to my sphere where I had my scale, and I'm going to grab my scale layer, go to your arrow tool, hold down the Alt key, and then you just grab it, drag it, go up here, and then drag it back down. Okay? And so that's just a really quick and easy way to get your value scale. And then, of course, just size it the way you like it. All right, so we are going to create a cube. Okay, I'm going to kind of walk through the basics here, and we'll get started. So we first have to make a cube. So we are going to use 2-point perspective. Just get a new layer. The first thing you're going to do, click once, hold down the shift, and click again. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but as straight as you can get it. So this is your horizon line. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make 2 vanishing points on your horizon line. Okay, I'm going to bump it up to 2. Now go down fairly far because we want to be able to see the top of the cube. You're going to click once, hold down the shift key, and click again. Okay, so this is this part of the cube where we're going to have the 2 sides coming off of. All right, now you take the top to the right, and top to the left, and then bottom to the right, and bottom to the left. Now you can either make a cube or a rectangle. It doesn't really matter. Just if it's a cube, they should be equal. Now I'm going to make the sides, so I'm going to square off the sides. So click once, hold shift, keep holding shift, click again. This is really critical. What I've noticed a lot of students tend to do, they'll click once and then they go like sideways like that. All right, so that's going to make it look funny. It's not, it's not going to look like a cube. It's going to look more like a sidewalk. Okay, so really when you're squaring off the side here, make sure that you're staying completely perpendicular. Okay, so there, click that, and then come over here, and you're going to square off the right side. Okay, and now this is, I think, the funnest part. Funnest, is that a word? Okay, this is the most fun. You're going to take the right side, and you're going to do a crisscross. So right to the left, and then left to the right. Boom, you're done. Okay, you got a great cube going on. Okay, so now let's talk about shading in your cube. Okay, this is just a very basic rule of thumb. Okay, again, figure out where your light source is coming from. Mine is coming from the left on all my forms. So my light source is going to be shining down here. Okay, I'll make sure I'm on a layer. So I kind of look at it as, okay, so this is our 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I do like a 1 and a 2 here, okay? And then you could do like a 3 and a 4 here. I'm talking about your value scales. So when you're blocking it in. And then you can do like a 7 and 10, 9 here. All right. Now, remember, you can always dodge and burn it at the end if you need to make certain sections darker. All right, so let's start blocking in. Get my picker. I'm going to get my 1. Let's see here. And again, with your brush, also what I would do is you can go outside the lines. Don't worry about that. So one more thing. Make sure you are blocking in and painting with the contour. Like, so for here example, kind of like, so that's your 1. Okay. And then let's get our 2. And again, I'm blocking in that color because the sun's going to shine down. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my 3. It's just real simple. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be all perfect. Just you get this feel that it's 3-dimensional, and then get your 4. And I'm going to clean it up at the very end. And then I'm going to do my 7. I just like to use my hand, kind of go back and forth. 7. Okay. And then 9. Because again, this is like the back side. This is the dark side here. Okay. Boom. All right, now you're going to basically do the exact same principles that you did last time. So get your smudge tool, okay, and I'm going to lower it. Again, I like to be around like 35 or so, 34, okay, and I'm just going to start smudging it in. Again, it's very, very simple. This is probably the easiest one to make. Follow the contour, so I'm staying true to this angle. Smoothing it out. And again, staying true to that angle. Okay, I might have to make my brush a little smaller. And we're just blending it out. I would probably go a lot slower, but I'm trying to rush because of learning purposes here. Okay, so again, you're smoothing that out, making it look as realistic as possible. I might darken that up. Now, right now, I'm going to close out my line so I can kind of see where I'm at. And you might want to smooth out your edges. You can hold down the shift key. But these are super fun to make. And your perspective might get a little off. That's okay. Okay. Now, it probably should be a little lighter up here. So I'm just going to dodge that a little and dodge that a little. Just a hair. All right. Now, one thing you might want to do is pop in your lines again. I'm actually going to clean this up. So with my eraser tool, I click once, I hold shift, I click again. Oop, that's not very straight. Step back. Click once, hold the shift, click again. You could technically use a square, but just to, there, that looks nice. There, I like that. Okay. Oh, and then we got to do this here. There. Okay, just to kind of clean it up so it looks a little better. Okay, so we'll take that out. All right, and now you have your cube. So have fun. Don't be afraid to, actually, oh, sorry, here. Let's see here. Why don't you, let's dodge that a little. And then I might bring, oh, geez. I might make this a little bit darker, just a tad. Not too much, though. That's maybe a little too much. Okay, but you can kind of see how to make the cube. All right, have fun. Let's delete this one. See, oh yeah, that one's actually better, a little better. Okay. All right, have a great time, and we can replay it, go back over it. Again, the biggest thing is, stay true to the 2-point perspective rules when you're creating your cube. Make sure to block it in. Make sure that you're shading and smudging appropriately. This could probably be a little darker, and then you're good to go. Okay? All right. Enjoy yourself.